Here she is. Let me just take you a little tour around the outside. What I'm doing right now is trying to get rid of that bulkhead wall. So far I've been able to unscrew most of the bolts, but they always have to throw in a couple of different ones that are not the ones that are easy to remove, of course. I gotta say, that son of a bitch was hard to get out. But we can now see what we're working with. There's a shelf liner up there. I'm not sure what's up there. But we can now at least see the front seats and all the sunflower seeds that apparently these tire guys like to eat. But yeah, it's a mess. But that's okay. I can deal with that. It just opens it up so much. Having that open. Holy cow. That's fantastic. That took a lot of work. So now the next step is to clean. I've got to give this van a really good scrubbing. I did manage to pull up all the bolts on the floor as well. Those were a bugger, but I managed to get those up so I can take this black rubber mat up. I'm obviously going to save that. And I'm going to give everything a really good scrub. And then I'm going to get some white rust-proof paint. Not sure what the right term is. And I'm going to give everything that's scraped up a coat of white paint. Might just do the whole thing, so that it's nice and fresh and I know that I've taken care of any bits that could potentially rust or are already rusting. That's pretty much how it looks right now. The next time you see me, I will be scrubbing and vacuuming. Yeah. Hey guys, so as you saw, I just finished cleaning up the floor of the van. I pulled up that rubber mat and then I wiped it down with some spray 9 first to get, because there was some grease and dirt buildup. So I did it first with that, and then I did it with water with a degreaser mixed in. And that's what you saw with the scrub brush and then wiping it off. And while it's drying, I'm going to run over to Home Depot and pick up some Rust-Oleum primer and Rust-Oleum paint, because I can see on the floor that there's a few little tiny spots of rust starting. So I've got some steel wool. I'll give them a little scrub first, and then I'm going to prime the floor and then paint it. I think this is a really important step because this is the one time the floor is totally exposed. There's nothing on top of it. This is the time to do that so that we don't end up with rust problems in the future, or at least, you know, I'm mitigating it the best I know how. I might give the walls a quick paint as well if I've got it out, might as well, so it's all nice and fresh. And the wheel wells, the black stuff on there is obviously from tires being rubbed on it. I've given it a scrub with the spray 9 and the degreaser. It doesn't come off, so I'm just going to prime over it, and then color done for the day. It's going to be a very hot day, 31 degrees Celsius, and I've got my umbrella here so that this back is shaded because the sun is right up there. So this is nice, and with the side door open, it gets a nice breeze through here, so I don't mind working out here. And we're just going to get the primer on today at least. Might as well get as much done in one day as I can, because next week is going to be even hotter. Oh, and I have ordered my sound deadening from Amazon, and it's not here yet. So after the floor's done, there's really not much I can do without the sound deadening. So let's do that. Well, they didn't have primer, white primer that I could roll on, and then I got to thinking that I probably don't need to prime everything, so I ended up buying a couple of cans of primer. It's gray, that's all they had. Apparently you don't make primer in white for Tremclad rust paint. Rust-Oleum is not a brand that they carry, and I am tired of driving around the city in this heat, so I'm just going to spray. I've already steel wooled and vacuumed any little bits of rust, vacuumed up. So I'm just gonna spray it with this. I've got 2 cans, and then when this dries, then I bought white paint, rust, like metal paint, that I will then paint with, and I'll roll that on. But this one, we're just gonna do this way because it's hot. I just want this done so I can paint. Yeah. Safety first. Good morning, guys. You'll have to excuse how tired I look. I'm exhausted. It's been very, 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 very hot here in Calgary. And I didn't sleep well last night. And it is, what time is it? It's 6:45 on a Sunday morning, and I am going to drink my coffee, go outside, and put a coat of paint on the inside of the van because it's going to be too hot to work later, and it's just going to get worse this week. So this is what you get. And I'm sure you guys don't care. It's easier to do this when you're not holding a cup of coffee, but I really do like this magnetic screen curtain. All right. It's already a beautiful day, which is good, but let's see. So the primer finally dried. It took a long time, which doesn't surprise me given that it's an oil base. I'm going to do a coat on the floor and on the walls, just because I want to freshen it up, because I don't know when I'm going to be doing wall paneling and Ooh, where do I get where there's no sun in my eyes? There we go. I don't know when I'm going to be finishing the walls properly. Probably not for a few months, at least not until the fall. So I want the walls to look nice while I'm in there, when I'm using it. So that's what we're going to do this morning, with copious amounts of coffee. Okay, I am ready to do the floor. That's the last thing I'm going to do today. It's probably the last thing I'm going to do in the van for a couple of days, because we're having this massive heat wave. It's going to be up to 36 degrees Celsius here in Calgary this week. In fact, the hottest temperatures we've ever had in Calgary, as far as from what I heard on the radio. So this needs to be done today. It's 9:30 in the morning. I got started at 6:30, or sorry, 6:45. I've given the floor another good sweep so that it's dust free and dirt free, and so now I'm going to paint it and call her done. I've done the walls, I touched up the ceiling. Most of this, all of this eventually will get covered over, but for the first, minimal build out, the walls are probably going to be visible, at least for a while. I'm going to try and insulate the ceiling and the floor though, but might as well just give it a good coat, or one coat, at least touch it up. So that's what I've done for the walls, the ceilings, the wheel wells. Like I say, the wheel wells will be covered with sound deadening. But since I had the paint, this is what I'm using, in case anybody is wondering. It's the Tremclad rust paint. It's oil-based. Normally I don't use oil-based products, but that's what you want when you're painting on metal.